Hey y'all, this is a sewing tutorial for the Helpful Heifer Homestead Runner pattern. On your screen, you're going to see the fabric requirements for this runner. They'll also be posted in the comments below. The pattern is available from the Quilted Cow on their website. You can look at the link in my bio to look for kits and patterns. Step 1, let's cut up our fabric. So you'll need to do a main fabric. This is already cut. You'll need to do 3 cuts of the border fabric and 3 cuts of the accent fabric. And I'll show you how we get to the 4-sided runner here in a minute. Next, take all 3 separate cuts of border fabric, lay your accent fabric pretty side to pretty side, and then stitch a 1/4 inch seam. You will want to pin it before you start stitching this time, just to keep things straight. All right, so you're actually going to cut one of your 3 strips into 2 strips that are going to be your end pieces. So I measure them like this. So I just slide my ruler to the right measurement, and then I cut on this side. And I've got a great little Quilted Cow, of course, gripper on my ruler. I'm going to hold on to it and cut. So in the pattern, it says to sew the full length of the top part on, but stop right when you get to the edge. So you'll have this little tail. And I think that's because you're going to sew one of the end pieces on as well, and then you can sew this across the top once it gets on. So I'm going to try that, and I'll come right back. Okay, so the instruction says stop about 1 inch before you hit the end, and I had to seam rip to go back 1 inch, but stop about there. Okay, next you're going to add your left border according to the instructions, and I'm going to bring it up as far as I can, and I'm going to try to line my little seam up, and I'm going to pin it. All right, so I sewed this on. I'm next going to lay my fabric down across it, and I'm going to stitch all the way across. I just want to show you, it actually looks really nice. I wouldn't have done it that way. I wouldn't have guessed to do it that way, but it worked. So I did the same thing here with that 1 inch, and I'm going to sew the bottom and the other side on. Okay, so you may be like, why is there so much overage there? Because I cut my center block 1/2 inch too small on all sides. So I fixed it. I'm actually going to measure this and then cut my insulbright batting and backing. All right, here's how it layers. Insulbright, batting, backing, right side up, and top, pretty side to pretty side. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to sew with my walking foot.